Hello everybody, and welcome back to Ash of Gods Redemption. Also, you may have noticed the new name. And what were we doing? Whose story were we on? Lofeng's. Fart of deities refight. How are we doing, Millie? Okay, we wanted to go to the roaming men here. The itching inside the icon patterns makes you grind your teeth in pain and scratch your scars. It could be the reaping, magic, the ubiquitous salt in the air, or the recent journey through the igneous desert. On top of everything else, the Strixes absorb your fatigue and burn themselves out. Yes, I am no longer dark. Most people call me Reaver, so I just figured it would be easier to do that. Where am I? Ask the merchant if he has anything for sale. The merchant readily drops his sack to the dirt. I have many goods. Don't be fooled by my looks. They keep the bandits away. I have many useful things. Okay, we want more Strixes. Take the bear totem. And the monk beads. Yes, I did. Hey, Suxor. I'm doing good. I dropped it because I figured most people call me Reaver or Reeve. Yeah, it just makes things easier in my head. Where are we going next? Do we want to go to the Salty Well or the Salty Gully? Yeah, we'll take the Salty Gully. There are no longer 39 previous Reaver coins? Correct. There is only one. Me. You catch up with a couple of drunk, unsuspecting girls dragging a bloodied Ents by a rope. He's been tortured and his right hand has been amputated. The Ents groans. Seeing you and your companions, the girls stop in their tracks. Give the Ents some water. Ignoring the girls, you examine the stranger. He is not dead, but is close to it. You produce a flask and pour some water through the opening in his mask. But the Ents begins seizing. He dies a moment later. His own kind left him as a deadly wounded man, Karma says quietly. The Ents is cut off the hands to prevent the rings of the gods from falling into foreign hands. You swear you see a glimpse of tears through the slits in Karma's mask. You ask, why didn't they finish him off? Why didn't they spare him from the suffering? There was no man here, says Karma. A sacrifice was unnecessary, as was the rest. He's dying, but his suffering is of no consequence. Look, step thorn needles under his toenails and fingernails. And sticking out through the openings in his mask. He's been blinded. The Enses didn't do it, but he doesn't care. Where are you taking the Ents? One of the girls shrugs and looks at Karma anxiously. To the first Frisian watch. They ordered us to round up the filth and promised to pay for them, dead or alive. Why did you torture the wounded, you ask? What did you hope to learn? The girl shrugs. We weren't trying to learn anything, just having fun. It's not a person, it's a vermin. He was already dying. Karma, kill the girls. Karma clenches his fist, sending the shards of his sword through the necks of both girls. The road is silent. Those who torture or hurt others for pleasure should expect a miserable fate themselves, you say. Violence without purpose must be punished. And now we continue on the path of mercy. You travel through uninhabited lands. Unkempt trees and bushes line the roadside. Without warning, Reek throws her bow, quiver and travel bag down and bolts to one of the trees. Several people lie motionless by the tree, gravely wounded or dead. Reek fusses over them for a while, then gets up and signals for you to stay back. She returns carrying 2 colored braids decorated with strixes that she's cut from the corpses. She doesn't say anything, but her eyes swim with tears. Her lips tremble as she breathes in ragged gasps. talk to Reek later. Reek. Reed's shoulders shake with silent sobs, and she keeps looking back at the corpses you left behind. You remain silent. Everyone deals with their own grief. Some burdens can't be shared. You give the camera about an hour to herself. I know that one cannot bring back the past, Reed says in response to your stare, but you can still see it. One of the men killed near that tree was my childhood friend. He and his companion were murdered by Ensis, the very people they came to rescue and free from their curse. Thanks for the silence, Icon. As you wonder how to comfort your companion. Hey, Squirrel. How we doing? She suddenly starts humming the same song she did in Vodan. Somehow her voice grows stronger, instilling confidence in all who hear it. Fuck. Stupid elbow. 1 sec. It wasn't a Coke can. It was a full 2-liter bottle of Coke that I hit with my elbow. Well, let's continue on. Reet tells you that she knows what it cost you to give her the stone that saved her. You don't reply. Your stone absorbed the curse and died, she adds as she leaves. I don't know how the stones die, but that's how it felt. It's just a Strix now. This magic is very powerful, Icon. As she leaves, you remember the price you paid for the stone. Only the best have them. You needed to win to rise to the top, and defeated warriors your age and older. In retrospect, those battles seem more terrifying than the ones you fight now. As they put you on the altar and prepare to insert another sacrificial stone into your flesh, you close your eyes. More to avoid seeing the friends you killed and mutilated for this moment than to avoid seeing the rite itself. It doesn't help. The real question is, were they really your friends? Didn't they try to give you a taste of your own medicine? Why? Being momentarily drunk on power coupled with the inescapable horror of humiliation? Or maybe you wanted to feel this red-haired woman's piercing gaze on your back. No conversations. And continue on. The road goes through an abandoned Gellian village. The ancestral towers are in ruins, and the gardens are abandoned. A young Frisian shovels the earth near the roadside altar. There are several sacks, a street merchant's cart, and a chest that hawkers carry on their shoulders. You shake your head. There is no worse act for an icon than disturbing the ashes of the deceased. It's strange. The Shadow Clan is indifferent to the fates of strangers, but is quick to ensure their fallen rest peacefully. It might be because after death we are all mixed in the cauldrons of the gods. At least that's what the temple servants say. And let's see if he has anything else to sell. The merchant puts the shovel aside and wipes his hands on his belly. I have many wares, he says, running over to the chest. I have everything. The prices are low too. Any cheaper and my merchandise would be free. Disgusted, you decide to leave as soon as you finish trading. Otherwise you might end up killing the grave robber. Speed potion would be very useful, actually. Man, yeah. Give him that. How is everybody doing today? What's everybody up to? And now we continue on. Still going. Just off the road, you hear shouting, barking, and muffled growls. You investigate, discovering a huge wolf tied to a tree. It's muzzled, and its hind legs are secured by a fishing net. Several Gellian women hurl rocks at the animal, preparing to set their dogs upon it. A man holding a torch tied to a long stick thrusts it towards the wolf. Rua scratches his head. That's some foul sport. It's good for dogs to fight a wolf once in a while, but not if it's bound. That's outrageous. Seizing the element of surprise, you slowly draw your sword. Free the animal. You step before the woman with your sword drawn. 3 swings is all it takes to cut the ropes binding the animal. The dogs scatter with their tails between their legs. The wolf limps toward the forest. Silence falls over the little glade. The Gellian woman huddle together and the children run into the bushes. The man tries to save his dignity. You look back to your companions. Could this wolf confess the location of its lair? No. Then what's the point in torturing it? The girl's eyes are full of hatred. It was killing our cattle. You feign surprise. Then why didn't you kill it? To teach it a lesson? It's trying to make the wolf swear it will never kill cattle again? The girl grabs a stake from the ground and snarls menacingly. Remind me, why is some squinty-eyed schlep ordering the girls around? You step forward, striking the girl below the knees with one fluid swing of your sword. Because he can, you reply as he topples to the ground. The Gallian woman run away screaming. There should be a point to everything you tell your companions. Nourishment, survival, or enrichment as a means of avoiding poverty. But a beast's suffering is pointless. This bastard's suffering is pointless. At least, when the other bastards can't see it. You put the wheezing girl out of his misery. Finally make it to the roaming men here, please. You stop at a pole located at the crossroads. The colourful patches hanging from it indicate that the camera frequent this place. You nod at your find as Reet approaches. Reet looks around worriedly, then shows you a large bare spot on the ground and a trail that bends around it. That's right, Icon. It's the Chimera path. Even though it's hard to meet them here, a wandering menhir should appear. You just need to lure it. Here's the trail. Why are you uneasy? What happened? You ask Reet. You seem troubled. Reet looks back, catches your eye, and approaches. You look at Reet and feel what you felt when she sang in Vodan. It is indescribable. She does not sing now. She has something important to say. This is the place. The shortcut begins here. When the roaming menhir appears, we'll douse it with blood and it'll transport us to the menhir near your home. How much blood do we need to spill? I can't tell for sure. The reaping changes everything. Before, a palmful of war from each warrior was enough. Weapons, armor, and all? We have no carts stacked with loot. We'll keep everything we're carrying. How soon will the menhir appear? It's usually revealed by now, but sometimes you have to wait. Is there any other way? There's no other shortcut. From here, the Chimera would normally travel through the reclining menhir nearby, but something very gruesome is going on. It's been a year since the Frisians let anyone near that menhir. I think that's where the Inquisitors were sending us. The menhir can be lured out. Death may attract it, but it will also anger its menhir guardian. What do you think? Who is this guardian? Not one of the Chimera. He's master of these lands. He has no castle or army, save for the bandits in the Vale of Mercy. And they're just a diversion. He serves the roaming menhir. What exactly are you going to do? We'll wait for the menhir to appear. If it does not appear by the end of the day, I would say that there is no shortcut. Reet tries to say something, but you silence her. More talk is unnecessary. Having considered the situation at hand, you summon Reet. We should spill blood. Reet speaks up. When the reaping began, everything changed. We must leave the plane, but the roaming men here might not appear in time. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what it'll take to lure it out. All I know is that blood must be spilled. Shanna grins wickedly. There's a burden in every party, and ours is no exception. Let's get rid of it and make use of the free blood. Shanna draws her sword. She is poised to run Alice through, but a shard of Karma's flying blade knocks the weapon from her hand. Diane struggles to speak the foreign tongue. Victim not needed. There is enemy coming here. We will fight. The girls. And now we fight. Alright, battle begins. Let's see. Shoot you. And return. Now they charge in. Get over there. Good job. Have a counter. Boom. And shoot you. And thingy. That's fine. And there. there. Good. Shoot. There goes another one. Do that. They counter. And stab you. Woohoo! I don't think I took any damage in that fight. The newly appeared Menhir is giant. So big it could crush an entire Frisian legion. Strange that you did not notice the moment it appeared. Reasonable then that travelers think the roaming Menhir is a mirage. It hovers above the ground. Reed is downcast. Here it is. But its guardian is missing. A very bad sign. I cannot help you, Icon. I must prepare the shortcut. You look around. Help? With what? Are the girls not all dead? Reed shakes her head. Answers. I can sense them already. They flock to the Menhirs like bees to flowers. Prepare to fight. You close your eyes for a moment and indeed sense a looming danger. The masked warriors who appear by the stones at rape time must be close. And we'll take... First we'll level everybody up. Alice. Take that. We'll use Kendi in this battle. 3. Put you two up there. Begin. Get all the way over there. Do that. Activate that. And go up there. That's what I wanted to do. Activate the fence. Get over there. Put up a wall. Leaderships. You soloed all 3 of them. Get all the way up there. And we'll stun you. And then chop you did. I win. Turning around again, you see a stranger standing next to Reet in the Menhir's shadow. His stern face is that of a warrior or a seasoned traveler. He must be the guardian Reet mentioned. The stranger looks you up and down, motionless like the very rock he protects. His expression does not bode well, but a third battle might be the charm. Remain impassive. The stranger remains just as impassive. Nevertheless, he keeps staring at you. You slowly realize that he is a warrior, a deadly one, even for an icon. to talk to Alice first. Alice can barely breathe after what happened. He clenches his teeth, his hands tremble. You move to reassure him.
Oh!
I have almost recovered, and am deeply grateful to the Ents for saving me. For a moment there, I thought they both wanted to chop me up. I will keep an eye on Shannon. I myself will sleep with eyes open. I have always known that women cannot be trusted. Come on. Do you hear me, Kama? You fought against your own brethren. I would never fight other icons. You would if your brethren began to kill all those around them. If they went mad. If they tried to kill you, you would. It is not my brothers I fought. It was the ones who devoured my world. Who destroyed your world? I know not. When I could still hear, I heard that a mad god did it, but I cannot be certain. There was the sun that burned everything, and poison falling like rain. I am trying to understand, Kama. What drives you? What is your duty? Your faith? Repentance? Why did you rush to Alice's defense? Why did you stop Shannon? Out of mercy? Mercy required time I did not have. I did not want a stupid death, that is all. This Menhir is clean, and only a clean Menhir can open path. A dirty one leads to a quick death. Blood taken by force is unclean. You knew about this? True, but I acted as if in fog, as if I was drunk. Now my eyes are open. I understand the truth. Spilling innocent blood is a quick way into the abyss, nowhere else. Wisdom, that is what drives me. What do you talk about with Reet? About me and who I am now. About time and how much of it I have. How much the world has. Reet is wisdom. Who are you now? An Ents outcast, a tribeless warrior, a former assassin, a soldier in an unlikely army. Reet saved me. I do not understand everything, but I know that she saved me. She pulled me from a dark enchantment. I hope neither one of you is mistaken. Unlike armor, spells cannot be seen, can they? They are not visible to the naked eye. I can see the magic of the stones in your flesh, Icon. They impart great strength. The Menhirs are much like the stones, but they are set into the flesh of your world instead. I am part of that. How much time do you have? Until as long as the reaping lasts, perhaps less. We feed on the power of the Menhirs, but not because we cannot eat food. The spells binding us need the power of the Menhirs. Those same spells kill us when the reaping ends. These spells cannot be broken. The longer the reaping, the longer your life. Reet told me of the Chimera. It would seem they are my people too. I believe her. She has given my life purpose. I shall not allow the reaping to conclude by ending this world. How much time does this world have? I do not know. It is not as bad as it was in my world, yet. But it does not take long for water to boil over flames. If the one who destroyed my world comes here, it will be over quickly. Will you sense his arrival? I believe I will, as will you, but you will not recognize him. As if being on the scaffold and hearing an executioner's axe cleave the air before your neck. We will talk again, Kama. If our fates are willing and our fortunes align. We share the same fortune, Kama. Let's level everybody up. That can be leveled up. Yippee! Let's boost. That. And then we go to Bola. Dang.
Oh. Hey!
Bola, you can have a lot more health.
Ooh.
Doom. It's that. Come on. You need to be able to move. Okay. That's all that. Get Reek back. Shannon? Why are you so pleased with yourself? Happy you did not commit murder? I am pleased in general. Life is short, Aiko. You should seek pleasure whenever you can. You must not kill for pleasure. You knew the girls were approaching. You probably heard them. Nothing gets past you, Icon. Here, take these Strixes. I collected them from the corpses of the Enses, and nobody noticed. Should have kept their eyes peeled. What are you playing at, Shannon? Why did you escape Vodan if you seek death? Is there something I should know? Make a guess, Icon. Why would a young lass tear her life apart? Maybe it was torn apart ages ago. Long ago. Even the grisliest of wounds heal. Sometimes, yes, but the scars remain. If you have too many, the pain cries to be relieved and it never fades. Do you believe in finding relief in another's pain if it is greater than yours? To each his own. People find relief their own way, get drunk their own way, breathe their own way, and die their own way. Shannon, remember that death can come from any side when you summon it in a crowd. If this man here creates a shortcut, the stranger is likely a gatekeeper. You could ask him how to use it, if it even exists. This is Orkan, Icon. He looks after the roaming men here, making sure it doesn't absorb the taint. He'll help us, but I'll need to weave the enchantment myself. The reaping changes everything, Icon. You have Reet with you, so I'll help her and make sure you're not transported to your death. However, be prepared to surface somewhere unexpected. Though, I promise I'll get you to where you need to go. You'll have to shed a little blood, not the ultimate price, nor is it a redemptive act. Is there anything else you wish to know? How does one kill a Reaper? Why do you wish to know? To oppose the Reapers. Will you challenge the strongest of the powerful? Do you hunger for glory, or are you nursing wounded pride? You are right. I know a bit about it. Hundreds of years ago, 14 stone knives were fashioned, each as powerful as a small menhir. The chance to use them against the Reapers never came. Still, the price for them was high. The Ashen Wasteland is proof of that. At the Battle of Drowsy Deep, 12 Kuros, runaway servants of the gods, had to kill themselves with these stone knives. There was no other way to stop the 5 Reapers that stood against them. One knife remained with Blantz, the 13th Kuro. Another was stolen. These knives are a sure way to kill a Reaper. despite never being tested for that purpose. Where will this shortcut take me? To another Menhir down south. Is that not where you're headed? What keeps the stone afloat? A wise man once said, it's not the roaming Menhir that soars, but the earth that sinks. Both have been trying to reach for each other ever since. I say we can move on. Give it a bit of time. The stone has to cool down. Yeah, Reet and Swati. Let's talk to Swati. Are you feeling worse? Why are you rubbing your neck? Quite the opposite. It's not hurt a bit since the Menhir appeared. Too bad the ulcer's still there. The pain will return. Wish I could stay with the Menhir, but Orkan is quite intimidating. And if I die, I'd rather die by your side. Why would you want to die by my side? Because if I died by your side, I'd know death was the only option. If it were anyone else, I'd be afraid of dying far less nobly. Let me tell you something else. Look closely at Reet. Could be the color of her eyes, or their shape. I can't put my finger on it, but she could be Orkan's daughter, or granddaughter, or great-granddaughter. You have to admit that the girl is right. There is a slight resemblance. Is that not a good reason to trust Orkan? Reet. What are you drawing? What troubles you? What do you think Orkan might trick us? I should appease existence and reassure Orkan. It's almost a sign. He's very cautious. The reaping is dire news for him, just as it is for all of Termino. One day his service may come to an end. What do we have to do? Cup your hand and fill it with your blood. Stand under the stone and press your bloodied palm to it. Anywhere is fine. Then wait till I touch it. What are we going to see? Nothing. One kind of darkness will stand in for another. When it dissolves, we'll be far from here. What are we going to feel? I do not know. Before, I didn't feel anything. But that wasn't during rape time. How much more time do you need? Just a few moments. I'll let you know when I'm ready. Now we go to the Menhir. Don't think there's anything else. Yep. Orkan lifts his hand. You approach the Menhir, appreciating its mass. Up close it seems far from weightless. I'll ask Orkan whose blood he needs. Orkan chuckles. Mine is sufficient. It's only human blood, regardless of what you may think. Your blood is needed elsewhere. Save it for now. You stand transfixed. In a flash, you see into the heart of the steppe Roma. 1,000 years of pain and longing. He puts an arm around Reet's shoulder, pressing his other hand against the stone next to where the girl has hers, palm up. You do the same. Good, Orkan says before hurling you into darkness. Whatever happens, protect Reet, Icon. You hear Orkan say as the darkness envelops you. And we teleport. It's as if the veil covering you since you touched the Menhir has lifted. Chilly air nips at your cheeks on a mountain ledge. At a place where the road bends, several astounded girls unsheath their swords before you. Damn you, Icon, Kendi cries. As if being thrown out into the snow wasn't enough, we've practically landed on the enemy's blades. You draw your swords. You should deal with this unexpected obstacle before forging on. Okay, Swap. Get up there. And then do this. And then in the tank. Shit. And do that. I mean, stab you. Counter. Shoot. Wonderful. He doesn't do a lot of damage. Down he goes. Another win for me. Ooh, rifle. You stand motionless. The battle is over. The girls have lost. Blood staining the frozen rocks crunches underfoot. As the heat of the battle passes, the bitter cold tightens its thorny embrace. You survey the area. I have forgotten what the snow and cold feel like. You have beautiful mountains here. Everything else fits. There is a metallic taste in my mouth. It is what a pathway should feel like. We're somewhere on the edge of the Vale of Mercy. We should leave before we freeze to death. I know not why we've emerged here. I know of no menhirs in these parts. It might be something with power equal to a menhir, though. Wait. We're not the only ones led astray. These are Ent's footprints. What could be as powerful as a menhir? Maybe a new menhir formed here? It is a question few temple servants can answer. Or it could be something that belonged to a god. A weapon, perhaps, or a piece of jewelry. Even the god itself. Or a reaper. Orkin could have been more precise. He could have at least warned us. I thought he liked you. Whatever has drawn the answers here has lured us too. It is quite curious. Orkin has not to do with it. Curiosity is a shortcoming. This shortcoming is the essence of humanity. Curiosity is not a shortcoming when paired with intelligence. We've hit a dead end. I know not what girls were doing here, but there's only one choice now. We'll have to follow the Ence's tracks. Oh, we're here. Which is at the very start of the game. A treacherous path of snow leads to the snow-powdered ruins of an ancient temple. A shack is nestled in the midst of them. There is no menhir or altar in sight, but you can immediately tell that the decrepit hut is inhabited, and that a group of Ences blocks your way, ready for battle. Ooh, Ruro leveled up too. Cool. More attack. Rancor do? Ooh, the great healing. So that reduces attack by 5 and increases attack by 1 to all surrounding units. That could be useful. Swap that for that. Blast of air. Do that. And then do that. Take you in. Good. You don't get a turn. Get over there. Beautiful. Get over there. Okay, he's stunned. Get up there. Do that. Dead. I win. Ooh, burning souls. No sooner do you lower your sword than you notice a middle-aged woman with white hair standing in the hovel's doorway. She emanates unmistakable power, and she looks vaguely familiar. Dear gods, she's a seeress. I told you about her once, remember? Her white hair is legendary. They say she knows the answer to all questions. If you want to talk to one woman, don't go whispering to another. Even if you're an icon. Especially if you're a warrior of peace. Though I doubt that a warrior of peace could have made it here. You must be really anxious to find me. My gals are no more, is that right? Who are you? Why do you look familiar? My name is Anna. Not that it means anything to you. As for my face, I'll tell you why it looks familiar, but later, when the time is right. Are you a seeress? As I said, my name is Anna. I can be a seeress, I can be a healer, some call me a witch. But most of the time, I'm just a woman who wants to be left alone. I've heard that fortune tellers give vague answers that are open to many interpretations. You are no fortune teller, that much is clear. But how can you be a seeress or healer without another living soul around? Living souls pester me from time to time. To be fair, they are easily turned into souls of the dead. Like today. Well, while you still breathe, ask away. I'll do my best to live up to the Kimran tales that allege me to be a seeress. Does Orkan know that we're here? He may suspect something, but he can pull his hair out and it'll change nothing. When you send a boat downstream, you cannot foresee every whirlpool, even though the river's mouth never moves. How long will the reaping last? What can I say about a road yet travelled? I'll answer you once I've gotten a taste of the reaping. One cannot foresee all that is. What are the girls doing here, Amma? It was my guard, Icon. I wanted to keep it away from the answers, but I miscalculated. I do not regret losing it. I wasn't planning to go anywhere, but the sight of you and your redhead companion makes me reconsider. Where will you go? To Opaka. It's a fortress on the far side of the Milky Mountains. There's a menhir there, but Orkan's will isn't going to get you there. That menhir is dead. You will escort me to it by the paths of the Vale of Mercy and Vandal Forest. What is there in Opakam for you? I know not. It's difficult to see one's own future. The fortress will see its share of misery, but the reaping is not all powerful there. Don't remain dispassionate. Haven't you heard of the Mastery Spiral? Be like a callow youth. Experience joy and sorrow. Remember to breathe peacefully. You will accompany me. We set out soon. Before we leave, I'll tell you why you cannot refuse. Have no doubt. Let's level up. Bum, ba-da-bum. Let's keep boosting that skill. Bola. Take that one. Candy. Take that. Shannon. Doom. Quicker. And take that. Then Alice takes that. And that's it. Burning Souls reduces health by 30. Swap that for Rancor, because Rancor seems kind of lackluster. You are a tough one. The cold does not affect you? The wind brings the sense of my homeland. I've never been there, but my heart leaps into my throat at the thought of seeing my family home. I'm the lucky one, Icon. Everything will be fine. What do you mean by fine? Life is fine when today is followed by tomorrow, and you can count on the next day coming in turn. No executions or other terrors. Settling in your own home, having a husband and children is very much fine. Call me crazy if you want. I care not who you are or who you think you are. You cannot see yourself from the inside, can you? Why should I care who you are now if you'll just change after a moment? If you want to know where the arrow will strike, find the archer, talk to him, see how he dines, where he sleeps, and take a good long look at his bow. That is the Berkana saying, is it not? What can I tell you of Berkana if I have never been there? Are you like a seed? eager to impregnate the soil. Take your pick. I care not if it's the soil, the worm, or a flower pot. But I can tell you one thing, Icon. I will never again will I be a slave. What do you think about the Lady of these Ruins? There was a tragedy in her life, one of such magnitude you can't possibly imagine. And there's more, and worse grief to endure. Trust me, I know. Women simply sense it. That's why I'm so happy, compared to hers. My troubles are nothing. Ruor. Ruor seems tipsy, but you are certain he has not had any alcohol. He mumbles something in Palian and smacks, but his expression does not fit his troubled gaze. Did you find something out? Where should we go now? This woman is one of her kind. I'd have thought a queen had come out of that hut to greet us were it not for her tattered dress. She seems unapproachable. Where do you want to go? It appears that we're all heading to Burkana. Bandits and thieves aren't welcome there, but travelers and foreigners can feel safe. I'd follow Amma if you yourself did so. This is what I cannot grasp. She is probably wise, and likely still deft. But what is her power? Have you heard of the Palian enchanters? Not the Vandal shamans or the Frisian sorcerers meddling with graveyard flesh, nor the Burkanan witches, but the Palian enchanters. The ones that can make warriors fearless? At least you know something of the Palians. The warriors do not drink mushroom infusions to fill themselves with rage. These are tall tales. Truth be told, they listen to their enchanter. They absorb the power he channels, through his gesture, his gaze, even his silence. Amma seems like a very powerful enchantress. One glance was enough to make me feel weak, like a Palian rat. If she hounds me on, however, I'll turn into a raging beast. You'd not understand. I suppose so. What do you know about Opaka? It's a large enchanted fortress. Sorcerers feel nauseous in its proximity, and it heats certain amulets. Legend says it's never been taken, yet every ship eventually sinks. Do you think the time has come? What do I know of time? I do sense something in the air. Rats always flee a sinking ship first. But that's not true of the Palians. Do you know why? Because their instincts are even better. Palians flee ahead of the rats. Kama. You approach Kama. He leans against a stone post, looking much like a post himself. His mask must be rooted to his face. She knows people like me. She came by and spoke to me. She said that I can remove my mask to become inconspicuous. She spoke my language, not like Reed, but the way we speak in my world. This woman is from there too. Do you think that she came here the same way as you? I know not. It is like being filled with pain. Sometimes I think that I arrived here in a blink. Sometimes I dream of darkness that lasted many long years. I know not, but she does. Will you take your mask off? No, without it I would feel defenseless. Listen, now, there is another matter. There's something like a menhir nearby. Something similarly powerful. Is it the rocket? Is it something hidden in her hovel? No, it is something Amma wears. It could be Amma herself. Take care, Icon. If I am right, she is stronger than you. Umbra are not human. Where I come from, they are akin to terrible demons. They serve the gods, one of them at least. The more insane he was, the more terrible his servants became. Only now do I understand this. Tell me everything you know, even if you have few words for it. How many Umbra servants are there? The According to Root, 12 Lower Umbra perished at the Drowsy Deep 700 years ago. There were originally 25, 5 High Umbra and 20 Lower Umbra, a set of 4 for each of the Almighty. 5 High Umbra and 8 Lower Umbra still live there. Lower Umbra are also called Kuros, or runaways. We are taught to kill them, but have not yet killed. Very few manage it. Also, one cannot hide from the High Umbra. Who are the Reapers? High Umbra who have absorbed the spirit of their divinity. Since nobody controls them, they become Reapers and gorge themselves on the Menhir's power. I cannot guarantee any of the Umbra will not become Reapers. I can list the High Umbra by name: Dorpkal, Atrak, Adna, Childao, and the greatest of them, Tibaba. He has the face of an old man, and his body is that of a towering athlete. He is a walking cauldron of hatred. What can you tell me of the gods of your world? Almost nothing. There were 5 of them. Talking about them in vain was punishable by death. I myself have killed for that. One thing is certain. 4 of the 5 tried to save my world. Do not ask me for details. My knowledge is akin to the echo of good tidings that cling to your face like spiderwebs, or like a drowning child's cry. I cannot be certain of anything. And the last question for now. Why is it the Menhirs, the Umbra, and the Enses are the only remnants of your world? They are not the only remnants, Icon. Somewhere in the depths of Terminal, there lies an ark full of my kin, waiting to be rescued. It is possible that I was suspended within all these years. It is also possible that the reaping is meant to purge this world for us to rule. Are you prepared to kill me to reduce this risk? I have more important things to do right now. Reet. Why do you withdraw? Does something about this woman frighten you? She is odd, but not threatening. You do not understand. She's different. She's someone like Orkan. Someone who's capable of extraordinary feats. I think you'll see soon enough. I sense a darkness in her that Orkan lacked. What kind of deeds? She foresees the future. That's quite something. Believe me, guiding a floating menhir is not the strangest thing in Terminal. That woman, though, she is a mystery. Tell me, what troubles you? What could happen if Alma says something to make me accompany her? I had a feeling that she saw our deaths. There was no mercy in her eyes, no hope. The good news is that I could be wrong. I myself am no seeress. No, nothing. Talk to Amma. Explain yourself before we leave, Amma. Are you certain I will escort you? Do you remember the words carved into the wall of the Serpent's Temple many centuries ago? Let me remind you. There is no death as long as your spirit is incorruptible. The temple is hundreds of years old. Have you forgot the generations of sculptors and stonemasons that have worked on it? It's 800 years old. It's built on a sheer cliff and it became its altar. Did you not know that all the sculptors and stonemasons had been killed in secret? The maxims of the great ancestress cannot be taken beyond the temple precinct. But there is one exception. What wisdom do you speak of? The one that is whispered into neophyte ears during initiation. The warrior priest should have been told. Live and wait for the summon. Now I summon you, Icon. There is not another warrior of peace in the whole of Terminum, is there? Who are you, Emma? Why do you look so familiar? I have been told that my image is carved into the column to the right of the temple altar. I doubt the sculptor cared for a true likeness. I've heard they annually refresh the white paint for the hair. I am the great ancestress. Now, we set out, Icon. And one more thing, warrior. Fret not over Strixes while you travel with me. You personally need not rely on them in any case. Or are you saving them for another? Protect Reet if you can. Trust me, without her, your life is worth nothing.
You are like a blade in a worn-out scabbard. What can you do if rust melds you together?
Ooh, we're back with Hopper. Yay. I like his story. Which way do we want to go? We need to go to Frigga. Let's take the northern routes. To the Warden's Mansion. Approaching the next turn, Ake nods. Oh, there's Gaynor's mansion. He's the local huntsman. Slimy bastard if there ever was one. Rubs shoulders with toll collectors and hangs out with bandits. Ilias, the local guard commander, was after him for ages, but he's since lost all hope of catching him. Realizing that even scoundrels may be useful, you head for the mansion, accompanied by a grumbling Ake. There is a huntsman there, an arrow stuck in his abdomen. Gaynor is alive, barely. If he doesn't receive aid immediately, he's going to die. Helping. You bring the huntsman into the house, remove the arrow, and noting a peculiar arrowhead, and bandage the wound. It's clear that Gaynor will soon die without proper aid. Time to think things through. The forest is home to healing herbs. The huntsman would recover much faster if you were to find them. Potions and magic are viable options too, but you hate to waste resources on a scoundrel. However, without such measures, it will take several days to nurse the wounded huntsman back to health. You decide it would be much faster to venture into the woods and find the herbs alone. As soon as you gather the necessary ingredients, the glade is beset by armed men. You notice an archer amongst them. You unsheath your sword with a friendly smile. Level up. Do skills. Do that. Get over there. Great. Good. Now we back up. And do that. Use my magic, and we win. You approach the archer's corpse right after the fight to reaffirm your suspicions. You were right. All of the arrows in the archer's quiver have the same strange arrowheads, just like the one you removed from the huntsman's abdomen. You return to the mansion with the herbs and make a potion. Just a sprinkle of magic and Gaynor should come to. As Gaynor starts to feel better, he tells you he quarreled with some scoundrels. He even notified the guards but was ambushed and shot. While lying on the ground, he had a vision of an old woman, touching his belly and easing his pain. She uttered a single word, Lon. You realize this is the hint you've been looking for. As you part ways with Gaynor, a captain and his squad break into the mansion. The captain introduces himself as Ilias and asks what happened. Gaynor points to you, claiming it was you who injured him. The guards ready their weapons, so you need to come up with an excuse. I'll show the peculiar arrowhead. You show the arrowhead to the captain and mention the bandits he slaughtered in the forest. Ilias is curious, and you waste a whole day proving your innocence. In the end, the captain lets you go, but takes Gaynor away for trying to frame the innocent and impede the guards' work. Next level, come up a bit more. Okay. Let's go to the Wicked Gully. Give in to the curse. He is not looking great. Make everything cheap. To the Woodland Bastion. You begin to think that the reaping is turning all of Terminum into the Ashen Wasteland. Reality has become unsteady, and nightmares seem to be clearer. You feel like you're standing near the Triple Menhir again. No signs of a fight remain, but the Enses you killed here stand in front of you once again. join the fight. The answers wait for you to approach. They only start moving once you've taken a couple of steps. Get over there.
Yahoo!
Hey, Omega, how we doing? Hello, everybody. You may have noticed the slight rebrand. Raver? Really? How was Final Fantasy XIV? How are we, everybody? Welcome, one and all. Get to rant on Final Fantasy. Nice. Yeah, welcome everybody. I'm Doc. Shit, I have to get used to saying. I'm Reva. I used to be Dark Reva 40. Demon Butler VTuber guy, likes to play video games. Stream basically every day of the week, playing whatever the hell I feel like. Right now playing some Ash of Gods Redemption, which is pretty cool. Oh nice, didn't realize it worked. As you kill the last ents, the enchanted dream begins to dissolve. In a few heartbeats, it's gone complete. If you need to raid and run all that post-stream crap that people do, it's all good. Did I get another skill point? Yes, I did. 3. We want to keep going to Frigga. Yeah, welcome. How is everybody doing? What's everybody up to today?
The road to the west of Frigga is full of refugees and retreating troops. People are being driven from the ancient fort by the war and the reaping. And while you can run from war, the reaping will claim anyone. The pyre is burning. The crows are circling the place, and it seems as though all hope is lost. You don't even know why you need to visit the abandoned Frigga. Do you hope to uncover another piece of this treacherous puzzle? Or maybe you hope to catch up to Thornbrennan's daughter and figure out the source of her power. Do you have enough time for that? The blackness possessing your arm is slowly creeping up. The curse crawls its way to your heart, making your journey into a race with death itself. Thankfully, you managed to leave it in the dust. For now.
Yay. Your squad nears Frigga's gate. The last defenders abandoned the pale stone fortress. Thornbrennan and his daughter are somewhere up ahead. How could she withstand a reaper? The question weighs heavy on your mind. The gate is wide open, no guards in sight. It's no surprise that you do not see a tall man. There aren't even any archers on the towers. The town is empty. The oldest fort of Berkana is abandoned. What's there to do in an empty fortress? Where should one go? Rask fidgets restlessly in his saddle. He used to have a small shop in Frigga, but sold it long ago. The memories still haunt him. He touches the wall as he rides by. You find this kind of sentimentality foolish. You feel a sudden burst of unbearable pain. You turn to Rask. He grows pale and wipes the sweat from his brow with shaking hands. He clearly shares your anguish, which means you are not mistaken. One of your brethren, one of the few remaining Umbra, has passed from this mortal coil. Rask catches his breath. Damnation, got me good. Don't say a word. I felt it too, but it was muddy. Some kind of sorcery must have gotten in the way. Could have happened today, yesterday, or even a couple of days ago. Talk more of this later. Lots of things. Ironically, we are actually ahead chronologically on Hopper's storyline. Because Thorn didn't get here until like day 36 or something. Used to stay here. Grand fortress, this one. Not as beautiful as Iborg, or as formidable as Apaka. But it was so ancient and lively. Now it's empty. Isana's soldiers didn't even close the gate on their way out. Hope they didn't just run for the hills. The soldiers of Isana were the first Berkanans to prepare for battle. As far as I know, Frigga doesn't have a sizable garrison. Though, Prince Haderlake personally assumed command to protect the fortress from the constant bandit incursions. Odala even sent him a squad of swordsmen in aid. Now let's not be looking Odala's boots just because they sent some swordsmen our way, alright? Didn't Jirana send soldiers to patrol the Vandil forest as well? The only one to blame here is Gabona. They're part of Berkana too. Yet they're completely unwilling to help. They're only good at scavenging the roads. It was Gabona that built Frigga, Iborg, and Opaka. They were the first to stand up to Frisia, even now, despite the numerous threats delivered by Frisian messengers. And the resulting infighting. They have not given up, nor betrayed their own. Remember that, Ache. I don't quite get you, Hopper. You're saying I should be grateful to Gabona or something? Thank that bloated kingdom that brings nothing but misfortune? Name a single reason why. Just one. It's easy, Ache. Besides, there are many reasons, but I'll name the main three. Frigga, Iborg, and Opaka. The three great Gabonan fortresses, which were peacefully transferred to the Five Kingdoms by Gabona to aid in protecting all of Berkana. Now I need some answers. Neither Perta nor Raidona would defend the west of Berkana. Why? Well, that one is obvious. The Palins wait for an opportunity to bite out our flanks, or from the coast. Ships from Perta and Raidona sail our waters. Don't forget that Frisia has a fleet of its own, and every kingdom's capital is near the sea. Palians have not attacked in years. Frisia has never even tried to take Berkana's forts by sea. Still, there are advisors whispering into our rulers' ears day and night, warning them of potential threats. That's why half our troops stay home. Why did Gabona not become the sixth kingdom in the alliance? Because every Gabonian's a devious bastard. Well, the women are beautiful and the children are nice, but all the others are bastards. I guess I did meet a decent Gabonian once, but that was ages ago. I'm not different from other Berkanans in any way, though. One sec. And I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to get something from the front door. Where are we? Not different from other Berkanans in any way, though. Allied with Gabona, Berkana would be much stronger than Frisia. You'll be surprised to know who opposed this alliance. The Temple of Divine Retribution, that's it. Coronzon included. It's indescribably strange. How were the Frisian troops prepared for war? Who knows? I wasn't spying on them. They've got good fortune tellers or something. They foresaw the reaping. The Frisians got their act together, assembled the troops, and stationed them near the border. Then the reaping strikes, and we're already at arm's length. It wasn't that they anticipated the reaping. They were the ones to call it forth, like Vandal shamans praying for rainfall. True, those shamans are met with less success, but they don't seal their sorcery with blood. The same can't be said of our temples. No time for questions. There are urgent matters to attend to. Rask. Why are you making that face? Yes, my senses have sharpened. You're not the only one to get to the heart of matters, you know. These are terrible times if our Umbra brethren lose their bodies in such a foul place. Who are you talking about exactly? I felt it too. Barely though. Either the place or the weapon has been sealed with a spell, making it hard to tell where and when it all happened. Can you at least tell me who died? That's what I should be asking you. Did this blackness of yours rob you of your intuition? It was my old friend Karbaf who lost his body. Recently, he's been going by the name of Druket. Not to worry though, he's seen worse. Why does that name sound familiar? What would he be doing here? Isn't it obvious? Frigga should be governed by the Prince of Isana, while Karbaf has always been a frequent guest at his court. So nothing surprising about good old Druket appearing in Frigga. The only thing that surprises me is that he actually died. Umbra are not easily killed. I haven't seen Karbaf for ages. He was called Drua back then when he disappeared somewhere on the northern Palean Islands. Many theories behind it. Where is he headed now? I don't know. He was always quite fickle. One thing I know for sure, Karbaf possesses only the bodies of certain lowlifes. Though he'd not settle for a peasant. The times dictate that he'll have to make do with the body he gets. Never could understand him. Always hiding something, and all those children. But I've no time to save some nobleman from death's embrace. What's your take on all this? What do you think? Don't you see what I've been reduced to? For years now, every little sound startles me. I've been bound to this body ever since the Ashen Wasteland appeared. If it goes, I go with it. Perhaps my death will be even more final than human death. First you bring it up, then you say it's not your secret to tell. See my hand? That's my secret. Wish I knew the solution to it. And now I'm bound to this body too. I won't just be flying away looking for a new shell like Karbaf does. I think it all leads back to us somehow. That's right. Karbaf loves life so much he just wouldn't die that easily. His hand was forced. Whatever, I'll meet him later. Although he likes to pull pranks on me whenever he switches bodies. Takes his sweet time before reintroducing himself. Let's hope he doesn't possess the body of a shaman or Frisia. Although, what difference would it make? To be honest, I have no time for Karbaf right now. There's a will of mysteries to solve, so I must avoid any distractions. Wait, didn't we kill? Well, let's talk some other time. Hidalik. You leave the horses at the hitching post and blend in among the guards. The garrison is prepared for retreat. You stumble upon the prince in the crowd. You've met him before. He's surprised to see you and calls you over. Well, I'll be. Scribe from Isana. What do you seek here, What do you seek, Hopper? Are you lost or something? I mean, there's a war going on. Any day now, girls will enter the fortress. And I'm not going to stick around to welcome them. What do you need? I am also the Jaranan Master of the Hunt now, Your Highness. I need to find Thorn Brennan. Prince Trig has some questions for him. I need to catch up to him quickly and discuss a matter of the utmost urgency. You people never end. Just a few days ago, a Jaranan messenger came here with a package. Cannot recall his name. He was also on Thorn's trail. He had some sort of official pardon from Prince Trig. The lad was barely standing. He seemed wounded. Wait, that's right. His name was Hode. Damnation! That was Trig's son! Hode, the Crown Prince. How did he beat us here? Unless he changed horses. What a pain in the ass. Apologies, Your Highness. Couldn't help it. Is that so? I sent him off to the White Tower. Thorn won't be there for long. He'll likely head to Wapakum next. You might manage to intercept him along the way. He's accompanied by Drukit, my best warrior. At least, I hope he is. Where would it be best to intercept it? I doubt Brennan is going to return to Frigga. His way leads to Oparkum now. Try to intercept him near the watermen here. He will certainly stop there. Excuse me, Your Highness. Did you not catch a glimpse of Thornbrennan's daughter? Girl around 16. Prince Trig has no interest, but I'd still like to see her. She accomplished something remarkable back in Albius. Perhaps she was there, but I'm not certain. It's not like I inspected his squad. They helped me with the girls, that's it. Also, Trig is no longer a prince. He's already been crowned. I should leave Frigga now if I ever want to wear a crown myself. Will the fort be completely abandoned? Go see Lon if you want to know more. He's commander of the guard now. He'll be leading a small squad as a cover. You've not much time though. They're also leaving Frigga soon. Farewell. Prince Hidelig mounts his horse and he orders his men to head east. His squad soon vanishes from sight, leaving you in the abandoned fort. Your companions look to you with hope. This may be the last peaceful day, the calm before the storm, unless the storm has already begun. Rask furrows his brow. So what? Do you call that a siege? We're still in one piece. Now to find this Lon of yours, get the latest news and be on our way. And let me tell you something. I've heard of the White Tower. Not a place a man should just wander into. I've heard of this White Tower, you say. No sane person would linger there. It makes sense to head straight to Oparkum, but I've got some unfinished business here. I should seek out Lon. I know that Lon fellow, Ake mumbles. Not a bad soldier, but always whining about something. They say that when Lon visits the market, his face turns the milk sour. Hey, don't worry, Ake. We have nothing to fear. We're not milkmen, are we? We'll just have a small chat with him and be on our way. Lon. Who are you people? Don't remember calling you here. Damn it, Ake. What are you dawdling about? We're the only ones here and we'll soon be leaving. The bandits have suspended the siege for now, but they could always return. What is it you want? Hop is the one leading our squad. He's a healer and a scribe and, well, many things. He's the one you should talk to. I must say, I'm glad to see you're in good health. Though you seem sour as usual. Well, it's hardly sunshine and rainbows in these parts. First the siege, then the reaping. Got struck by an arrow recently too. Thankfully this hag came and fixed up my sword arm. But she was really strange, let me tell you. A strange hag, you say? Have you noticed any other oddities since she healed your wound? Oh, have I? My arm for one. It's itching like mad. You're a healer. Can you take a look? You nod and examine Lon's hand. Under the already familiar spell work, you find a short sentence. It complements the previous one like a sword and sheath. You will save yourself by saving others. God, now that's a relief. It's gone. Was it magic? Did the hag curse me? I'd like to find that hag and have a little chat with her. Good luck to you. She vanished without a trace. I just want to know how you made the curse go away. Hopper's not some cheap magician if that's what you're thinking. He's got a temple license and Prince Trig's full support. Hopper aided you, so you should be grateful. It's not your place to ask how he did it. You're right, Ake. I am shaken by the siege is all. But I can still appreciate another's kindness. I bow to you, healer, and thank you for aiding me. Alas, I have no other reward to offer. As a scribe, I value information above all else. Your answers will add to my knowledge, which is reward enough. Why is there no siege? That's the one issuing orders from the other side. This fort may be standing on a cliff and difficult to assault, but it's hanging by a thread. Plenty of attackers bearing down on it too. I think their leader just doesn't give a crap. All these bold defenders would find themselves impaled on bandit pikes otherwise. Wait, I think I'm missing something. What leader are you talking about? Has some great warlord managed to unite the local Gels and Vandals under his banner? There's a leader, to be sure. I've seen his silhouette at night, under the torchlight. A giant in chains, carrying a glaive. The moment he appeared near the fires, the siege halted. Uttered nary a word, yet all the fighters withdrew in unison, then moved east. That's why we're leaving too, lest we're cut off from Bakana. Dorpkal. There's never been anything like this. It seems as though they desire nothing less than to completely crush Bakana. What old woman were you talking about? I don't know. First I thought she was one of the locals. They helped a great deal during the assault. She dealt with those wounds wonderfully. However, she whispered some strange things while she bandaged me. An invocation, it seems. Then she up and vanishes. Kept the witch from entering the fort, though. What witch are you talking about? Do you just enjoy repeating any heresy you hear in Terminum or something? Next you'll tell me that you've seen the Lady of the Forest. Don't know. Thin, crutch in her hand. She just stood on a hill, and it was like everybody around went deaf. A hag stood near the gate inside the fort. Crossed her arms, kind of bent forward as if walking into the wind. Then she vanished. I don't even know what to think. Aye, food for thought, to be certain. The Lady of the Forest is the last thing we need. There's still the big question. Alright, ask me. It's not that I don't wish to help you. It's that I'm running out of time. You, too, need to get out while you still can. Heard anything about Macht? Macht Brennan, I mean. Concern for his fate was one of the reasons we came here in the first place. His father was in Frigga a couple of days ago, headed for the White Tower. Drukett was also concerned with Macht's fate, being his mentor and all. If Hisana's best soldier can't save Macht, no one can. Anyway, he's being accompanied to Apaka, off to see his granddad, if he still lives, of course. Well, thank you, Lon. We'll be on our way if you have nothing more to say. The onslaught may still resume. Seems we'll have to take one of the roads to Apaka. Wait. Go where everyone else goes, but first be healed where the water washes away the ineradicable sorcery. And listen to those who have an affinity with animals. That's what the old witch said. Haven't forgotten a word of that hogwash. I do not know what any of that means, Lon, but it's certainly not hogwash. Safe travel to all of us. Farewell. And now we leave Frigga. Yay. And we want to go to the Watermen here, which is... Where is the Watermen here? 'Cause it's on the way... up here. So it might be fastest to go along the border road. So Lofeng is somewhere up in the Vale of Mercy. Thorn is at the White Tower and about to leave. And we want to go And we'll go to the Three Springs. And give in to the curse. Catch up with a squad of Isanan soldiers. They look odd for Buchanan troops. Faces painted black and hair woven into dual braids. I've heard about these black snouts, Ekjias. We call them mock vandals or the Night Watch. These Isanans are so funny. Recount the squad's story. Ake's laughter finally subsides. You ever hear of a warrior named Drua? You ask. He died in the Vale, in the northern campaign of old. He was one of the best warriors and mentors in all of Isana, maybe even all of Brikana. A hero of that magnitude only rises in Isana once each generation. There's always someone who stands above the rest. Karbath was the first. Ake listens as you recount the story. 460 years ago, the Gabonan War began. For the first time since the Battle of the Drowsy Deep, Brikana clashed with Frisia, and suffered a crippling defeat at Yormug. The Frisians surrounded the Brikanan king's headquarters inside the city. A small squad was surrounded in the market square. The Northerners' next attack would likely mean their doom. The warrior, Karbath, saved the day. You continue. There are times, he said, when you need the element of surprise. He parted his hair, making two braids and slathering with soap to make them stand upright, like a pair of horns. And then he smeared his face with soot and rushed the enemy. He surprised the Frisians with his fighting skills and his demon-like appearance. While the enemy was still confused by his trickery, the Brikanans followed him and broke through. He shrugged. Ever since then, there's been a black-snouted squad on the Isanan army. I don't approve of it because it won't surprise anyone, except maybe you. As for Karbath, he carried on as a regular soldier and refused any honors after that battle. He is also famous for siring many children. Feels like I still run into one now and then. To the tar works. You rode past the tar works of a large hamlet, reminiscent of a small village. Your attention is drawn to a man sitting on a ledge on one of the houses, holding a rabbit. The image triggers a flash of insight, and you remember to follow those who consort with beasts. You approach the stranger to ask the reason for his sour mood. The fellow nods. Name's Alan. Sorry, can't get up. My leg is injured. Some creep just came by and robbed me just moments ago. He even stole my rabbit's foot talisman and hit me in the knee with a club. Can't hope to catch him now. The villagers just laughed at me. No one wants to help. It won't take much time to catch up to the robber on horseback. It would mean a detour though. Should you just heal Alan's wound and let him deal with the rest? Or leave the unlucky fellow alone? Follow the robber. You tell Alan that you'll get his charm back. As you get into the saddle, Russ calls out to you. You can waste your time hunting down a rabbit's paws all you want, brother, but spare me your foolishness. I'd rather wait here. Maybe I'll think of a way to help the poor fellow out. You have to concede and move out alone. Rask isn't obliged to join all of your adventures. Failing to catch up to Alan's assailant before the crossroads, you stop your horses. Ike scratches his head. Nothing to be done here. Guess we'll have to split, since you're already bent on helping the boy. We'll see the good deed through. The giant winks at you. Only two roads and two of us. Guess it all works out. Choose the one you like and I'll take the other. If we don't find the robber within an hour, we'll know the gods aren't on our side today. We'll have to make it back to the tar works. And choose the south road. You choose the south road and stumble upon a suspicious man with a rabbit's paw around his neck. Your request to return what's been stolen is met with a whistle, which brings forth a couple more thugs from the depths of the forest. Back up. And wait. All that energy. Beautiful. After the battle ceases, you take the rabbit's paw from the robber's body and your black hand grows warmer. A stroke of luck. You return to the tar works and give the charm back to Alan. Alan thanks you with a firm embrace. Sensing a glimmer of curiosity in your eyes, he nods to Rask. Your friend healed my knee, so fast too. Thank you, friends. I'm grateful for all your help. The lad met an old woman yesterday, Rask says as you saddle up. She told him to relay a message to a healer who helps him, so he did. Says you have to read what's etched into the stone by the water. Guess that hag was our old acquaintance, huh? then take a point of that. Take a point of that. Our spells are getting stronger. Follow the Vandal path. An odd weariness washes over you, as if it's been accumulating to the point of overflowing. You pull the glove from your blackened hand and look at it closely. You wouldn't be surprised if it crumbled into ash or began smoldering right now. Ache shrugs. Listen, Hopper, I'm a bit tired. If we don't take a break within the hour, I'm afraid I'll fall off my horse. You call out to Rask. He yawns and rubs his eyes, but he doesn't look like he's about to fall off his horse. Is it sorcery, Cherlin? You ask, or fresh sap from some kind of sleeping grass? Ever since my hand is blackened, I've had trouble sensing the spells of others. Rask takes a sip from his flask and giggles. I've never been good at it, but why can't we set up camp and weave protective enchantments around it? We can catch up on sleep. Something I've dreamt about. Can we stop in this clearing? Let's take a short rest in this clearing. You're not in agreement. You're right, Cherlin. I'm tired too. Let's stop here. Sorcery may drive Gells, Vandals, and other local tribes to attack Frigga, but it won't affect us one bit. That's one thing I'm sure of. Rask drinks from his flask again. With you by my side, I don't have to worry about sorcery. Sometimes I ask myself, where's my old pal Blance? I'm dying for a nice long sleep. Ache suddenly shakes his head. Answer me this, Hopper. Why do you call Rask Cherlin? What does he call you, Blance? Are they code names or something? As for me, I've always been Ache. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'll be Ache until I die. Rask laughs so hard he almost falls off his saddle. My dear Ache, names are like clothes. Eventually you get tired of them and want something new. Would you mind if I take your name when you die? Quite like it. Ache. It has a nice ring to it. Ache's face breaks into a crooked smile. Well, that's too bad. What if I outlive you? Should I call myself Cherlin then? Or Rask? I'm afraid my commander won't understand. You dismount and take a look around. As you feed your trustworthy steed, spring leaves rustle overhead. Grasses crunch softly underfoot. Will you finally be able to rest? Where did the dream come from? Why have you started to call Rask by his real name? What's gnawing at you? The silence is unnerving. You know that you're asleep. You can't move, no matter how hard you try. It feels as if your entire body has sprouted roots, tying you to the ground. You feel a sudden chill and open your eyes. Your companions are also immobilized. They look like melting wax effigies. Only Rask's beard sticks up stubbornly, and his gentle snoring wafts to the green vault of the forest. On a sunken log, you see a familiar figure. Come, sit, but don't you dare run. You're not like your friend Amma, no doubt, but you're a fast son of a bitch nonetheless. I'm tired of sorting this mess out. I've lost my physical body twice in the last month. It took an entire month to restore my former appearance. You know that, don't you? How did you manage to bind me with your spells? They've never had power over me before. Wait, magic of the grass. How can it be? How long have we been sleeping here? More than a day? You guessed right. Adna helped me. She imparted some of her abilities to me, for a while. In any case, that's not the reason I'm here. I want to offer you a deal with terms you'll find favorable. You want to learn the secret of the reaping? You want to know how mortals resisted a reaper? I will never serve you, Atrak. I don't believe a single word you say. What's the point of even asking you? How can you make pacts with someone you don't trust? What are you plotting? What, do you plan to destroy this world just like the last one? You put in the cart before the horse. Fulfill your part of the bargain first, and you'll have your full explanation. In case you're thinking of backing out, know that you won't be able to. Just like your unfortunate friend here. You're too firmly affixed to your physical body. A sprout pierces your hand, painting it with blood. Nakoma gets to his feet and changes his appearance, then sends a root hurtling at Rask. Turns into a wooden dagger mid-flight and pierces your friend's chest. He writhes in fatal agony. You always have to meddle, or reproduce uncontrollably like your friend Karbaf. He is also a wanderer who will meet the same end. You see, he'll go all the way to Apaka, attempting to save his progeny. He's Hedalik's best warrior now, poor sod. The death of an Umbra, even someone like Cherlin, is exhilarating. Before you die, listen to me. I'm not asking you to betray anyone, though you've already betrayed Cherlin. I'm not even asking you to kill wretched mortals. All you need to do is be a witness. Watch and record. Adna's root, still sleek with Rask's blood, is in the Reaper's hands again. You try to dodge it, but it presses to your chest, almost piercing it. You scream in pain. What do you want from me, Atrak? Not much. Go to Aparkham and do what you intend to do. Look around and commit to what you see to memory, and write it down. That's all. The gods will reward you, not just them. I'll personally ensure that you meet your heart's desire in Aparkham. I agree, but wait. Who am I supposed to meet in Aparkham? What heart's desire are you talking about? Atrak does not reply, as his silhouette dissolves into thin air. As the slough of grass swallows up Cherlin's hollow carcass, and as Aik comes to his senses, you wonder whether you've become slave again, or not yet. Why didn't you feel your friend's death? Could Atrak have taken Rask's spirit? Why would he? And why was Karbaf's name mentioned? You'll ponder all this later. You have to carry on with your journey now. You have to think of a way to explain Rask's disappearance. Yeah. Continue on the Vandal path. Give in to the curse. Get stronger. Jews of Ottomania. You approach the campground that hunters consider the best place to rest in this part of the forest. Few of them realize that the exhilaration and strength that fills them here, and even heals them, doesn't come from lake water, but from the men here serving as a bridge to a tiny island. They say that it doesn't absorb poison even during the reaping. Now is your chance to put that claim to the test. You remember Lon's words. You try to picture the witch who enticed you with riddles and promises of lifting the curse, forcing you to wander the roads of Terminum. You miss Cherlan Rask, the only one among your kin whom you consider a friend. Even then, he didn't tell you what happened many years ago, when he became permanently attached to his physical body and the Ashen Wasteland came into being. Huge Vandal pines give way to low fir trees. A waft of fresh air carries the scent of water. Seagulls glide overhead. There's a glint of water beyond the tree trunks, but the scent of reeds is laced with the smell of blood. The clearing looks like a scene of a recent battle. The island is here. You get off your horse and lean over to examine the ground. Ake whistles in appreciation of the lake's expansiveness. The island with the ruins, the stones jutting out of the water, and the forest on the opposite shore. Now that's something. I've never been here before, though. I've heard about an island favored by hunters and fishermen alike. You've probably trashed the place. What have you found on the ground there, Hopper? You straighten yourself. It's nothing. Let's set up camp on the island, shall we? Ake dismounts, shaking his head in disbelief. Apart from being a healer, a bookworm, and a sorcerer, you're a tracker now? Can't read the prints, but for some reason I don't see any blood. Or bodies, for that matter. You shrug. Just a matter of habit. The bodies could have been dumped in the water. If you search by the little dam where the river flows from the lake, you'll probably find them. I don't recommend drinking the water. Take a break for a couple of hours and then carry on. You hear no response and turn to see Ake sinking into the tall grass at the water's edge. Dull green blades entangle his feet and the legs of his horse. Don't kill him, Adna, you say before turning to face the island again. He's done you no wrong. On the other side of the bridge, Adna smirks maliciously. I don't care for scurvy mortals. I need you, Blance. Come here. Don't be afraid. You're rooted to the ground. Adna, the bane of the Vandal forest, the Umbra overseer, and the killer of their offspring, has come to converse with you, or kill you. Just like she killed Cherlan by Nakoma's hands, having charmed the poor fellow with her magic.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want, Adna? To send me where you sent Cherlan? Why did you do it? What are you plotting with Dorpkarl and Atrak? This is a reaping, Blance. They happen sometimes. It's not my fault that Cherlan no longer exists, but his own. He dabbled in ancient magic and got trapped in that body. As for Nakoma, he likes to have fun. I lent him my sword, but now I have it back. Are you going to use it against me? I haven't heard an answer yet. What do you want from me? You'll answer a couple of questions for me first. What kind of curse grips your hand? Who is the sorceress bewitching your path? And where are you headed? I don't know who this sorceress is. There must be a connection between you. Everything happens for a reason. I sensed her behind Frigga's walls, but I couldn't get closer. She's much too strong to be a simple witch. Too strong, even, for the one I had initially taken her for. I don't know who you're referring to, but what did you want to ask her? Why is someone ruining your precious reaping? Who is interfering with your plans and saving people from insanity? I told you I don't care about wretched mortals, as long as they suffer and die when I need them to. The witch, on the other hand, she cares. That stumps me. Even you don't give a damn about humans. Let me decide for myself who I give a damn about. I don't know what the nature of this curse is, yet it overpowers you, Blance, binds you to this body, making you mortal, yet also consumes you, though it's linked to the reaping somehow. Curious spellcraft indeed. I don't know anything about that. This curse is like a blindfold. I feel like I'm wearing a leaden suit of armor that grows heavier with each step. What business is it of yours? Everything concerns me. The curse grows heavier because it absorbs the reaping, sapping its power. That's why I'm so interested. But you won't last long at this rate. As for your blindness, we'll put it to the test soon enough. No Umbra can diminish the reaping's power, so I'm not holding my breath. As you can see, it's pointless to kill me. I'm going to Opaka. Yes, I've heard of it. The only pure place left in Berkana. So far, that is. You've already chosen the right path. It was an easy choice to make. There was no other path laid out before you, after all. You're plotting something too. Is Karanzan on your side? Why are you having everyone gather at Opaka? What's wrong with this reaping? Answer me. We're all in the same boat, whether you agree or not. Your opinion is of no consequence. Don't forget your place. A servant of a servant. A vassal. A blank slate. A messenger. A courier. Are you so arrogant that you think that you're human? What are you saying? Deeming oneself a wretched mortal is tantamount to arrogance to you? Fine. In that case, I so call myself a wretched mortal. I have nothing else to tell you, Adna. I have something to tell you, Blance. I don't know who that witch is, but if the gods granted her power, it's them that she serves. It makes sense for me to help her. That's why I've met you here. Do you know what you have to do? Read a certain phrase, something connected to death and restoration. Words carved for eternity. I don't suppose they're carved into your hand. I do not heal others. Many people believe this stone has healing powers, but there's a grave here with an inscribed tombstone. Perhaps it relates to death, and erasing the inscription is no easy task. The stone itself would have to be crushed. What do you need me for, then? You have the stone and the inscription. Read it. You'll see for yourself that it's gibberish. I can't read it, Blance. If I could, I wouldn't be waiting here for you here. You need to read the inscription now. If you don't, someone close to you will die, and you'll have to go to Opaka alone. By the way, I have news of your armor, or is she no longer your armor? Damn you. I'll read it. Look closer. You might be able to read it with me. It says, "But you will not keep misfortune away." That's it. It's just a decoration that's been reused as a grave marker. Wound up here by accident. That wasn't happenstance. Otherwise, I'd be able to read it myself. But you will not keep misfortune away. There are many ways of going about it. One man's misfortune is another man's happiness. The witch is toying with you, Blance. Whatever you say. What else do you want from me? Can I go now? What were you going to say about armor? You're looking for a squad led by someone called Thorn, aren't you? You may still catch him, even overtake him if you put your mind to it. I don't know why this witch drives you to Arpaken, but I advise you make it to the fort. It will be a sight to behold. Amma was here, but she left for Arpaken. Her fate will be decided there. Perchance yours too, Blantz. Amma is a seeress. Do you think she'd go to Arpaken with something threatening her? Her prophecies aren't set in stone. Curses. She vanished. Didn't get a chance to ask. Thank the gods. Seems she's called off her sorcery. Adna's spell dissipates along with its caster. Ake's horse shivers. The giant gets to his feet, shaking off the sudden drowsiness. Yawning, dejected about his weakness, goes to the water's edge and rinses his face. He's frustrated by the senseless staying in this enchanted place any longer. You take one final look around in case Adna's been hiding somewhere in the ruins. You step onto the bridge, stoop down and touch the menhir's wet edge. You feel a rush of exhilaration and strength, but your hand remains black. The water menhir can't cure everything, but at least it's not full of poison. I take it we're not resting here? Ake asks as he mounts his horse. It's a fine spot, but spooky. My ears are ringing. I've never cared much for sorcery, personally. Shall we get going? You nod in agreement. Seems like Ake is sensitive to magic. What are you sensitive to? The voice ringing in your ears is that of the High Umbra you like least of all. Adna, the mistress of the forest and grasses. She can bend the will of any living creature, but not yours. You cannot see me, but I am still here, she hisses. I have a message for you from that witch. Find those loathed by all, and you will know all that was and all that will be. All that could have been and all that can be. That's all she said, which in turn I tell you, purely out of curiosity. The unknown entices me. After a pause, Adna continues. Now there is something I want to relate to Karbaf, or whatever it's called now. Druid, Drukid, Mabok, or something else. I'm sure he'll show up in Arpaken. I killed many of his offspring. Who will now serve our purpose? Please bow before him. He's done a magnificent job spreading seeds infused with Umbra essence. You rub your temples and shake your head. Ake looks at you quizzically. You nudge your horse. Seems better to get away from the watermen here as soon as possible. After all, there are many roads leading to Arpaken. Alright, and I think this is where we'll call it for today. Yeah. We've done a lot today. And this is where we'll call it. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining and just stopping by. I appreciate you all. I will be back later tonight with more Tactics Ogre. And you're welcome, Yenogod. And let's go read over here. Alright. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I hope you all had a good time. We're actually getting close to the end of this game, which is very exciting. Tomorrow, we'll be continuing with the Iron Oath. Alright. Yeah, thank you again. Appreciate you all. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.